Hi there Poke fans, I am your humble host Jarzit fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. And today we continue with the Elite 4. Today we are going to do Elite Member 2 and 3, maybe 4. But the next episode will be the last episode. And that'll be the analysis of the teams and the champion. So I do believe today is 3 elite members, and for this chamber I'll just switch out the team a bit because this is the water chamber, I believe. Nice animations they have over here. Let's just see what happens. I may have been wrong about which chamber this is, but it looks like I am correct. This is the water chamber. The whole place is spread with a mist and there's waterfalls all over the place. Makes for a very damp situation. And as you remember, in the previous episode we've defeated Malva in the fire chamber. Seabolt. Ah, so that's his name. And he starts off with a Clawitzer. So what makes Clawitzer different than Kingler? Maybe it's just a regional variant, but Eevee takes him out in 2 attacks, not quite a single attack. Oh, but he takes me out in a single attack. Granted it was a critical attack, but damn, that throws a wrench right into my whole strategy. He uses a full restore. If I outspeed, I may get 2 attacks over here, finally taking him out. Oh, but that takes him out in a single attack. Makes me think I should have started with Heliolisk instead of Eevee. This works in my favor as well, because I am a special attacker, not a physical attacker, so the Intimidate doesn't really do anything to me. That takes care of Gyarados over there. This is where I needed the bloody Eevee, and he's a Horn Leech. Let's just switch out to the legendary then. Maybe I'll throw in a full revive to revive Eevee, because I do need him for the water and rock type. And there's a max revive. Okay, so I'm taking the long route, not the wrong route, the long route. A hyper potion or max potion, that's even better. Come on, what on earth am I doing? Okay, I want to use a hyper potion. So that had taken care of that. I think, how much will Judgment do? Granted, Barboach is a rock and water type, and Judgment didn't do all that much. He goes for a cross chop. Oof, that almost killed Arceus. Maybe I'm sacrificing Arceus here to get a clean switch in. Another cross chop. That didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? Was the previous cross chop a critical hit? Okay, that took care of Barboach. Only took 3 judgments. Okay, Stormy is next. Stormy I can use either Hornleech or Mega Horn against. Both will be equally effective. Let's go for Mega Horn this time. That took out the Stormy. I wonder if Hornleech would have been equally, or would have also taken out Stormy. I was expecting a ground and water type over here to mess with the electric types, because I mean, even though I switched out to my normal type for this rock type, electric will still have been effective. Okay, Arceus, you heal up quickly. Let's see how much hyper potion does. Just not quite enough. I should have used the max potion. Okay, super potion, you go. That's what happens if you're being stingy. Okay, let's go to this chamber, and this is the Ironworks chamber, which means I have to switch out my Eevee for Pyroar, and Bibarel and Heliolisk will both be quite effective in this chamber because of their fighting type abilities. Eevee will also work quite well in this chamber because of his jump kick. It all depends on what I need. Do I need a special attack or do I need a physical attack? Most of the time I'll be needing a special attack because most steel types have a very high physical defense. That is just my analysis of what is going on over here. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have a different analysis or you want to state that you agree or whatever. This guy also has a cool aesthetic. Wixton. Is it Wixton? Yes, it's Wixstrom. And he starts with a Klefki, which is a fairy type as well. That would have been quite difficult for me to deal with, because that is a very good counter against fairy types. No, not fairy types, against fighting types. I keep mixing up my types over here. Okay, Probopass is next. He's a rock and a steel type. I think Pyroar could still do it. And I've not encountered more than 4 Pokemon on each Elite 4 member, or maybe 5. Which means I am still ahead quite a bit. He takes Pyroar quite far down. That's a problem. Okay, Barrel, you come up next, and you can either use superpower or you can use surf or waterfall. I mean, he obviously outspeeds. So I'm going to go for waterfall. And that was super effective. I could have gone for superpower as well, but that would have been the option I would have gone for if he was fully healed. So this is basically a sacrifice of Bibarel to heal up Pyroar to full strength. And he changes to blade form and goes for Sacred Blade. And as it should, that took out Bibarel in a single attack. Granted, Bibarel was suffering from entry hazard, like Pyroar is doing now. Let's go for a flamethrower, Hyper Beam, Dark Pulse. That ought to do quite well. Either of these attacks will do well. It changes its stance to Shield, King's Shield. Damn. That is a very good strategy. Okay, so now he changes his stance. Is he going to outspeed me all the time? He goes for a Sacred Sword again, and he bloody well takes out the Pyroar as well. That is becoming quite irritating. The main Pokemon I've set aside for this job gets taken out almost twice. Now Mega On or Jump Kick, both should do well, but I think Jump Kick is the attack to use. Oh come on, really? Is this the time to bloody miss, Eevee? I mean, is this the bloody time to miss? I'm forgetting that Heliolisk has a Focus Blast. Okay, let's try a Surf. So as you can see, this Steel type Elite Four member is the one giving me all the troubles in the world. At least Surf takes him out. Scissor is next. And what's the name? Heliolisk could have been the one that does it for me. Okay, but 2 max revives. You. Okay, so he goes for an Iron Head off the bat. That's a critical hit. This guy just has 2 critical hits all the time. Am I gonna use another max revive? Okay, yeah. That was both of my max revives in this battle. That doesn't bode well for the champion. Do I have a... Okay, I only have a regular revive left. Didn't I have revival herb somewhere? Did I use it all up already? Okay, that's Arceus fainted. And now I'm sending out Pyroar to finish the job for us. So effectively, this Elite Four member had 7 Pokemon to contend with and not the 6 that he was expecting. That takes care of the Scizor. And we've defeated, I can't pronounce this guy's name, but we've defeated the Knight. Okay, next up is the Dragon Lady. And for the Dragon Lady, I have Jigglypuff, or Wigglytuff actually, and I think I ought to teach Bibarel Ice Beam as a backup. And I also have a Heliolisk for whoever comes out as a water type. So that's basically the strategy. If I remember to teach Ice Beam. Okay, there's Ice Beam. 3 Pokemon can learn it, but only 1 can effectively learn it without losing too much in the long run. Okay, so this is why I kept all of the attacks I did for so long, because I am forgetting Rollout in favor of Ice Beam. Or maybe I'm not. Maybe Arceus is a better Pokemon to have Ice Beam on. Those are 2 HMs. No, Arceus is not a good Pokemon to use. Okay, so I do have another Sludge Bomb over there. Okay, so Arceus, you're going to be the one that learns Ice Beam for me, because I do need someone with Ice Beam in case Jigglypuff gets taken out in a single attack. And Drasna does have a poison dragon type in her squad. And Wigglytuff is renowned to be not as strong as you'd like it to be. Okay, so where is Drasna's chamber? Is it this one? Dragon Mark Chamber. And here we go. So as you see now, my team was specifically selected to deal with these Elite Four members, and as you also saw, that they weren't completely sufficient for the task, seeing as they almost died, especially in the previous battle. This is quite a nice aesthetic. It's much different than any of the others. It's much more mystic. I think my legendary ought to be up front, because I think she's going to start with a poison type, just to offset anyone that has a fairy type like I do. Dragalge is the poison type, as I was expecting it to be. Okay, so Arceus, you take it out with the Ice Beam. That almost took it out in a single attack. It's a pity it survived. And we get poisoned immediately. Typical for Elite Four battle. First attack status conditions 100% against the challenger, not against the defender. So we took out that Dragalge, which means that we ought to have sufficient attack in Wigglytuff for the rest of them. But Wigglytuff will be physically attacking, and this Trodagon will probably have rough skin, which means we will endure recoil damage in terms of the rough skin, not the attack itself. And it bloody survives and goes for retaliate, which takes us to below halfway. That is such a bloody nuisance. But at least we get to waste some of the potions over here. Why am I struggling with words again today? Okay, we took out the Trodagon, and luckily we didn't suffer rough skin damage. Okay, Altaria is next. Yeah, Arceus, you come up. I know you are poisoned, but that is better than being paralyzed. So the Ice Beam will do 4 times damage against Altaria, which is a flying and dragon type. This attack, or this team for this purpose, was a little bit more well thought out, I think. I wasn't counting on being poisoned, mind you. Okay, Noivern is also a flying and a dragon type, so the Ice Beam would have been completely sufficient as well. But I do want my Wigglytuff to be part of the battle more than just one single battle. He was specifically captured for this purpose, or else I could have used any other Pokemon I wanted. Okay, let's see if a potion will at least give you some advantage over here. He goes for Air Slash and misses. That's lucky. Okay, Dazzling Gleam, go. Super Fang. Super Fang does just slightly less than half, which means unless he gets a critical hit, I might be able to survive another attack. Okay, Max Potion. Why am I going for a potion? Because she's going for a potion. I didn't know she was going to go for a potion. I was gambling over here. But let's do another Dazzling Gleam, and he goes for another Super Fan. And that's also less than half, which means I have a high chance of having a critical hit done against me right now. Air Slash at least leaves me on 37 HP, which means I win this battle. This battle went much better than the one against the Steel Knight. Okay, so that is that. We finally have defeated all of the Elite 4 members, and the next episode we will do the champion. Well, there are 2 more fights left. The one is the champion fight and the one is the final fight against our girlfriend, because she has found out about my sleeping with my other girlfriend and she's jealous. So she's going to want to fight me for it, and I better know my fight, because if I lose, she won't be sleep with me as well. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode as I heal up. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.